Good morning, everybody. Hi, it's Jeff Fitzpatrick. It's Monday, 28th of April, 2025, and time for my weekly video log. And this one, if I do say so myself, is particularly good. We're back to full speed ahead. As you'll see, the market's recovering, so it's back to getting my picks together. So let's see how we sell puts and buy high quality, great value stocks that increase our stock buying power. And as usual, we'll take a look around the market, we'll do the stock picks, and then we'll see something around the clubs. And today, I'm also going to talk about my Zoom-based training course, which starts on Thursday of this week. So first, the market. And here we have it. So a week ago, we were down nearly 16% from the market all-time high. That was the Trump slump. And now we're down 10%. So we are gaining ground quite quickly on it. I think we're getting to the point of being nearly halfway back. And that, remember, is within a month. So it hasn't taken long. And I think we may have we will have some toing and froing, but I think the trend is now up and it's time to get back to business. And just to put things in perspective, I've been playing around looking at the stock market since the markets actually started. The Dow Jones, I've got that back to 1910. And you can see back in 2008, and all of these figures are decades. So this is how the markets have performed over each of the decades. And I put the latest figure in September. So the Dow is up 8% on average across all of those years. The S&P doesn't go back that far. It goes to, I think it's 1950 odd. However, some very clever people have taken it back to show what would have happened right to 1929. And since then, the average is 9%, 9.11. The Nasdaq is much newer, 1971, and since then, an average of 19%. But of course, that's over a much shorter period. If we looked at the other two, the Dow and the S&P, over the same period, I think we'd probably find similar results. But look at 2008 in each of the cases. The market doesn't have to always go up. And remember, you're looking at a decade of figures there. So we need to beat that. We know we get regular 2 yearly or so pullbacks. We know we get 5 yearly major bear markets. So we need to be ready for it. And the clubs. So what's the effect of the Trump slump? Well, it can affect us, I think, in four main ways. First of all, cash. There's no direct effect. If we have cash, we have cash. And if the market goes down, the value of the cash doesn't go down. And also, our stock buying power doesn't change. So cash is a good thing. Covered calls, it's a mixed blessing. If the market goes down, we're unlikely to have stock taken away from us that we've sold a call against. However, because stock prices are now lower and probably lower than the price that we paid for the stock originally, we've got to be really careful about selling covered calls. So we probably lose some opportunity there. Put options, major source of income for us. In the slump, they are needing to be rolled forward and down. This increases value because we actually get additional premiums, but it also pushes the profit realization dates back. And finally, stock. Stock value reduces. It reduced here big style, potentially for a long time. But it has the ability also to recover, but not particularly through the sale of covered calls, because we can't get to those saved prices. To me, this is saying, be very careful about owning stock. Yes, we want to own stock, but we only want to own good stock that gives us increased buying power. I don't think once we get beyond having a well-diversified portfolio, it is worth adding more and more stock to our trading. So now we've got May, and May is facing the brunt of the Trump slump. These are all of the puts that we currently have expiring in May. So if we look down, first of all, we've got Diamond. It's only got one, which is AEO. It's not a fortune. We're committed to buying $15,000 worth of AEO stock. However, that is enough to make me think, I think we'll roll that forward and down and get some more income on it. Sapphire, they've got Hain, and to be honest, Hain has been a pain right throughout. And I think we probably will be diluting this stock until we get fed up with it and actually sell the thing off. So some thinking to be done around Hain. The QI Club, they've got CVS, and that's fine. That's in profit to the tune of $4,000. Extra Income have got CVS, again, no problem, and PFE. And PFE is rising. It's we're $1.87 and we're committed to $26,000 worth of purchase. I think if we roll that forward and possibly even just across rather than down, we'll be okay with it. And the 100th millionaire, they have okay on MXL just, but the others we've got some thinking to do. Hain and AEO are not big commitments in this account, $10,000 and $12,000. BWA is a little bit larger, but on the other hand, we're only $376 away from break even on it. So we'll leave that as long as we can. If it gets put to us, that's fine. We can sell it and sell a new put. Or if we leave it, that 376 may well come good. So that's where we are going into May. And now this week's picks. I've been doing the full exercise this week. So let's have a look at where we're at. And here are the lists that I've been working on this week. So we've got 4x4 stocks, 3x4 stocks. We've got value line stocks that score one on or two on timeliness and have at least a B plus on financial standing. I've got existing stocks. Then I go across to better investing, where I've got their value, their A list, their roster of quality stocks, and their quality stocks. And then we've got Stockmaster, and then I've got Zacks growth stocks, value line portfolio, and then we've got the Zacks VGM list. VGM stands for value, growth, and momentum. Three of the major components of what we're looking for. So along the top are the figures there, 5, 6, 1, 13. I've been following these lists for a few weeks while I've been doing the research and just seeing how they compare. So the first line of figures, 5, 6, 1, 13, are the number of dark green stocks that I've been able to identify. Dark green mean that they are very good. They're rated as one by Zacks or Value Line. Everything looks good to go on them. The mid green is the good, but not quite as good as the dark green, and the light green is acceptable. So dark greens, the winner at the moment, well, there's a lot tying for it, coming from existing stocks and finding new ones. It's from Zacks. There's a lot more coming from there. And as far as the day-to-day ordinary acceptable stocks are concerned, the winner so far is actually the roster of quality from Better Investing. So across to the right, I've got the list of stocks that came out. So these are all of the ones that had one of those green colors on them. And I put next to them the earnings date expected from them. So we've got a lot. These are ranked in date order. So we've got several this week and into next week, a lot. And going down, I actually then put in the ones that are further away, so July, so I can work with. So we've got quite a lot coming up that I won't want to use because earnings are too soon. So let's have a look at the PICS chart. And here it is. So I put a line across them. So first important thing to look at is this line headed AROI, and that's the annualized average return on investment. So what we're saying here is that the premium compared to the amount of stock buying power that the trade takes, or annualized to 365 days, in this case, is nearly 123%. That's got to make it good. And that is with a June expiration date and earnings are not until July. So VRT is looking very tasty. It is a light green. That's the only thing I think that could have been better. Going down the list, we've then got earnings dates on the 6th of May, the 29th of April, the 1st of May. The next acceptable one is IBKR. And IBKR, you will know, is International Brokers, the trading platform. Again, with a June expiration date, that's coming up at 79% annualized return on investment. Carrying on further down through the 70%, again, we've got some very early earnings announcement dates. And the next one is at 71, Love, which is Southwest Airlines. Airlines I'm not generally so keen on. I would probably rather wait, keep my powder dry, and go for another one. Now, another one which tends to be very good is Root. And Root, current price is $149.07. But way below that, at a strike price of $110, we can get $6.70 at least. This is the premium before negotiation on this stock, again for an expiration date in June. However, we've got earnings due to be announced on the 7th of May. And it only comes to, so it comes to 45, 40, call it 46%. Now that's normally too low for me. However, I think it's a nice safe bet because of the difference between the current price at 149 and the strike price. That's a huge difference. It gives us $39 of headroom. So this week I will concentrate on VRT and IBKR. I'll probably let Love go by and it sounds like a song. And I'll be waiting for and following the earnings of Root before I get back into that one. So that's where I'm at this week. And now to my Zoom-based trading course. So this is going to start on Thursday this week, the 1st of May. And it will be an hour-long presentation and discussion taking place at 3 o'clock, and then I'm going to repeat it at 6:30. And then between the two of them, I will produce a recorded version that will go on a website that the course members will have access to basically for the long term. Now, I'm only going to charge $250 for this, so it's a lot cheaper than going to the live trading, but it also has the advantage that you can access it at any time, and you can join this thing at any time. You don't have to join and come to the live sessions. You can just watch the recordings. You can go to either 3 o'clock or 6:30 or both, or neither if you just want to see the recordings. So if you're interested in it, find out more, and you can look at the course content at myinvestmentclub.co.uk. On the front page, there's a button that you can press that will take you through to more details and let you sign up for it. On the course, I'm going to cover exactly how I find stocks, how we're beating the world's best traders. Warren Buffett, eat your heart out. Permanent access to the recordings will come in. It's a low cost, just £250 one-off payment. It starts on the 1st of May at 3 o'clock or 6:30. There is a WhatsApp group. You go in that and you join or get more details at myinvestmentclub.co.uk. And the Facebook group. Again, if you're not already a member, please join. It is the Extraordinary Stock Trading System. And if you're not already a member of one of the clubs and you'd like to find out more, again, go to myinvestmentclub.co.uk. You'll find out how we trade, how we get on. There are about 350 members. Some of them put in as little as £100 a month. Some of them have put in hundreds of thousands, and you can put in whatever is comfortable for you. I think that's about it for this week. Thanks for listening. Talk to you again next week if I don't see you on Thursday.